All right, Tim, I know it's a huge subject, but let's just scratch the surface here. What are some of the benefits of a self-directed retirement plan?
It is a huge subject. The first one is self-directed. Freedom first. You've got the freedom to go out and make the investments that you want to make. That's the big one right there.
Yeah, that is a big one. If you drive around town and you look at some of the tallest buildings in town, they all have names of banks on it. It's amazing to me, though. No one wants to teach you how to be a bank, although apparently that's where the money is, because every skyscraper in town has that. But no one's teaching you how to do that. We're gonna change that here throughout the series of these videos. Another thing that comes to mind is you have more control. You get to invest in things that you know or that you understand or that you go learn to understand. And then you go out and you can invest directly in something that, like loaning money or buying houses at discounts or buying mobile homes or buying all kinds of things. The other thing that comes to mind is, of course, self-directed retirement plans. It's growing in a tax-free environment.
And that's massive. You talked about that Warren Buffett quote, where if you had to pay the taxes of 35% every year, you have $1 million after 27 years, I think it was.
27.5.
27.5 years. And yet, if you didn't have to pay taxes, how much would that have grown to?
200 million.
200 million. Okay, do you want 1 million or do you want 200 million? I know where I'm at on that one. So that's a no-brainer. The tax deferral, the tax-free growth is just astounding, and yet few people pay attention to it for some strange reason.
Who was it? Einstein that said that compounded interest is the eighth wonder of the world. And in a way, that's what we're getting, is a compounding effect by not having to pay tax.
Yep.
And you keep rolling it, investing it, and it's amazing how fast it can grow. What's another one? Asset protection. Talk to us about that.
Big one about asset protection. Let's say you build up all this stuff and you get hit with some stupid frivolous lawsuit, which happens quite a bit. Now they start taking away the assets that you own personally. Typically, the assets inside retirement plans are going to be protected. IRAs, you're protected up to $1 million. That's not too bad. But 401k is unlimited. So not only are you building up this money where it's protected from taxes, but it's also protected from bad people trying to take your assets away. That's powerful.
One of the number one rules in the get wealthy game is, the first rule is you got to make some money. The second rule is, how do you keep it? Because when you have money, everybody wants a piece of it.
Yep.
And sometimes they want a lot more than just a little piece, right? So then I think the last thing that comes to my mind here is fees. Now, I know that the fees are all over the board because I've looked at all these different self-directed custodian plans and all this, and some of them are quite atrocious.
Yeah, there's some custodians out there, IRA custodians, whenever you do a self-directed IRA, they want thousands of dollars. That's just stupid. And then to add insult to injury, they want to tag you for, oh, you want to wire some money? You owe us money there. Oh, you want us to approve an investment for your IRA? Oh, we want some money there. So with these self-directed accounts, with the Freedom First accounts, you don't have to run it by a custodian. You don't have to pay them for the wire. You're in charge. You do all that, and chances are you're not going to charge yourself money.
The fees are ridiculous compared to anyone else's plan. That's one of the reasons I went with it, because when I show people what I'm paying for the plan and then they tell me what they're paying, they're embarrassed, absolutely stunned in some of them, in most cases. Are CPAs always in agreement when you're talking about these IRAs and 401ks with checkbook control, or is there some pushback?
Where do I begin with that one?
Yeah, but here's the thing. There's a lot of CPAs who are bright people and they have an open mind. It's the old phrase about the parachutes. And they have their open mind, and so it works pretty good. But there's some CPAs that the slightest thing out of the ordinary is going to freak them out. And an old phrase I always like to go to is, a confused mind says no. So if they're confused about these self-directed IRAs, they're not familiar with them, chances are they're going to poo-poo it. And the big thing I hear all the time is they're going to say, why would you invest in real estate with your self-directed IRA? Because you're going to convert what was capital gains into ordinary income whenever you take out a distribution. And I always stop and think, well, how do most people have their IRA invested? Stocks! That's capital gains. So what are they talking about? And then they freak out about you lose depreciation. Well, you don't really lose depreciation. There's ways that we can use the depreciation inside the IRA, or hell, even an advanced concept we'll talk about later in our videos, is you can sell the depreciation inside your retirement plan. So your CPA is probably going to freak out. They're probably going to have a heart attack. That's okay. Walk them through it. Take it step by step. Have them watch these videos. We can reassure them that these make a lot of financial sense if you have the proper investment.
Right, and if they have any questions, they can just call you directly, right?
There they go. They can call me directly.
All right, stay tuned. Next segment, we're going to tackle the differences between self-directed IRAs and self-directed 401ks.